So, other than noble gases, atoms actually don't like being on their own. Remember how I said that there are two things that affect their physical and chemical properties? It's not only the type of atom or particle that's made out of, but also how they're grouped together. Okay, and this is really, really important because most atoms on their own are actually really unstable and they need to group together in order to get stable and be happy. So the question is, how do they group together? Well, first of all, you have to think about who they group with. Then you have to think about how they organize or arrange themselves. Now, atoms can get together either with atoms exactly the same as they are, or atoms that are different than them. So the ones that are exactly the same type of atom, we call these elements. And this is where all the same type of atom groups together. So think of gold grouping together into gold metal or silver or just pure oxygen. All of those guys are elements because there's only one type of atom in there. And the other type is a compound. This is when you have at least two types of atoms grouped together for stability. We call them compounds. And here are some examples there. This is CO2, and we also have salt down below. Now, how do they arrange themselves? Well, there's two main ways for this as well. They can group together either in really small groups or big crystal lattices. So the small groups are called molecules, and they look like this. We have here a picture of sulfur, the yellow one there, and as you notice there, it's only one type of little atom in there, so it's an elemental molecule. And down below it is carbon dioxide, which we breathe out all the time. It has one carbon, two oxygen. So it is a compound molecule because it has two types of atoms in it, and it's grouped together in a small group called a molecule. Now the other way they group together is called a lattice. You often know these as crystals. This is where they don't group together in tiny subunits like this. This is where they clump together in great big organized subunits that look like this. So when we have like our table salt, sodium chloride, that's the green and purple dots down there. They're organized in a pattern, but they don't have just one purple and one green there, one sodium, one chloride. They actually organize together in repeated patterns that form a crystal. And there's millions and millions of atoms that stack together to make one crystal in this repeated pattern. The one above it there, that's graphite. That's the stuff that's in your lead pencils. And it's made out of little crystals which are made out of carbon joined together. So lattices are the great big crystals that they can organize into. Molecules are the tiny little groups that they can organize into. And these guys tend to be more mobile than the lattices.